What's going on, guys? Welcome to the March 2019 episode of the Boosted Films blog. I do have some relatively exciting news for me. I picked up a new daily driver car, that car being a 2018 Honda Accord. I'm basically turning my old 2006 Honda Civic and the Subaru Forester. Both those cars are actually going to be sold most likely, and they're going to turn into one reliable daily driver. I've only had the car for about a week so far, but I'm really liking it. It's nice to have a car with kind of all these modern safety features. It's nice to have a car that's really quiet inside. The car gets pretty good gas mileage as well for being a little bit bigger car than my Civic. And have no fear, it is turbocharged. Even though it's only the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, it is at least still turbo. So, you know, like I said, I was kind of going for gas mileage with this car, so that's why I did not opt for the 2.0 liter turbo, which you can get in the higher level trim Honda Accords. And I was kind of surprised to learn that this 2.0 liter in the Accords is actually the same engine apparently that's in the Type R Honda Civics, the new ones. So that was interesting to learn. So that is my new daily driver. If you have any requests, anything you want to learn or see about that car, let me know. And I also need to make an update for the One Lap of America trip. Now, I was a little hesitant to announce my plans for the One Lap trip initially just because I knew things could change, and here we are, things definitely did change. I will no longer be co-driving the Honda S2000 with Alex Moss. The co-driver will now be Andy Schmedegard. He helped build that car and did a lot of work on it, so I think it's a good fit for him to be there. But one of the reasons he basically will be in the S2000 is because it sounds like the One Lap Evo, they will not be competing this year. So I understand it's an expensive event. They've done it 4 years in a row. I totally understand why they might not be wanting to do it again. So that is kind of why things have changed a little bit as far as One Lap and what's going to happen. And being 100% honest, I'm not really sure what to do right now with One Lap. I have the time off. I could go and just film and document the trip. I could just follow along with the Honda S2000, follow along with Andy and Alex, or I could just not go. It can be a grueling trip, so part of me is like, it would be good to take a vacation and not actually just spend a whole week on the road driving. But another part of me, the creator in me, still just wants to document and follow along and kind of tell the story of whatever car I want to follow along with. And finally, what's going on with the Evo? Well, I do have the transmission back. Right now it is sitting in the garage waiting to be installed. And you may have seen videos recently that I uploaded kind of about explaining that straight cut gear. Andy helped make a video with that. I also had a video with installing the monolock collar. And then I've been working on some of the front suspension stuff, the lower control arm bushings and the outer ball joints, and I'm also replacing the outer tie rod ends. And most of my loyal subscribers probably already saw the video that I posted about the lower control arm bushings, just as I was kind of comparing the three. I did since remove that video basically after doing a bit more research and just kind of realizing kind of how these were made. So I didn't want to spread any misinformation, and I just kind of wanted to correct that. So I did remove that video, and I will be making a different one just kind of explaining, just installing these basically. But realistically, the issue that I kind of overthought was I kind of thought the rubber molding in here was a bit more sensitive to how this whole thing would kind of sit. But obviously this, can move. Here, this spherical bearing can move, but with the new bushings that I got, I was not able to move it. It was really tight and hard to actually break loose. But once it kind of broke loose, I was able to kind of get it realigned like it should have been. Just so you're aware, I am going to make an update video and at least talk a little bit more about installing these lower control arm bushings. And if for some reason you're wondering where that video went, well, I deleted it. That's really a limitation when it comes to creating YouTube videos. I can't easily go back and update and edit just part of it, stuff like that. So that's usually why I also mention in my how-to videos to check the comments and the description for any updates, because that's kind of the only place I can go to update if I did find a new way to do something or if I just did something wrong. But as always, I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the feedback. I want to have open discussions when it comes to how-to videos and when it comes to really anything else. If you want to talk to me about it, I'm open to it. I definitely am not one to come delete comments unless they're just entirely hateful and serve no purpose. I don't claim to be an expert, I'm just trying to document the process of everything that I'm learning along the way when it comes to basically my Evo. I also have a new rear main seal here that I'm going to install as well. Since the transmission is out, now is the perfect time to get a new rear main seal installed. And along with that, I actually picked up a new starter plate as well, just because the one that was on mine was bent up a bit, and these are relatively cheap to pick up. So all that stuff is going to get installed, and of course I will be making a how-to video on installing all that stuff as well. So that's it for this episode of the Boosted Films video blog. As always, thanks so much for watching.